Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we have something incredibly fascinating to talk about, a story that's sure to captivate you. Imagine finding a coin so rare, so valuable, that it could change your life forever. Well, that's exactly what happened with a particular 1994 1-cent coin that, believe it or not, is worth an astonishing $114 million. Stick around, and by the end of this video, you'll understand how this small piece of metal became one of the most expensive coins in history. To start, let's dive into the incredible story of how a coin that was once just another piece of pocket change has now become one of the rarest and most expensive collectibles in the world. The story begins in 1994, a year that seems so far away now, yet it laid the foundation for a series of events that would lead to this coin's immense value. Back then, the U.S. Mint was still producing the usual 1-cent coins, commonly referred to as pennies, and like most other coins, they were intended to be used in everyday transactions. But hidden in the midst of those ordinary pennies was something extraordinary, something so rare that no one realized its significance at the time. The 1994 penny in question is often referred to as a mint-era coin, or, in the world of numismatics, a mule. A mule is a coin that has been struck with two different dies, leading to an error in its design. This particular penny had a die for the obverse, front, side that was meant for a dime, and a reverse die, the back of the coin, that was meant for a penny. This means that the penny, when struck, ended up with the wrong designs, and the result was a truly unique piece of currency. This error was so rare that only a few coins with this mistake were ever created, and it took years for people to realize just how valuable they could be. At first, the mistake went unnoticed. It wasn't until much later that the significance of this error became apparent, and even then, the discovery was almost by accident. A coin collector, who was going through some of the pennies in his collection, noticed something unusual. The design on the 1994 penny didn't look right. After closer inspection, it was revealed that the obverse of the coin was identical to a dime rather than a penny. The reverse side, however, was what you would expect to see on a normal penny. The result was a coin that was part penny, part dime, and completely unique. Coin collectors around the world were stunned when they first heard about this error. The coin became a symbol of rarity and value, with its worth quickly soaring as more and more people realized its significance. Experts began to evaluate the coin's history, rarity, and the circumstances surrounding its creation, all of which contributed to its massive value. Now, you might be wondering, how does a simple error like this lead to such an enormous price tag? Well, in the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. The rarer a coin is, the more valuable it becomes. The 1994 1-cent mule is incredibly rare, and as with any rare item, the law of supply and demand comes into play. There simply aren't many of these coins around, and that's what makes them so desirable to collectors. The mistake that created the coin is something that cannot be replicated, and as time goes on, the number of these coins only becomes smaller, making the existing ones even more valuable. The story of this coin doesn't end with its discovery. Over the years, it has changed hands multiple times, with each sale causing its value to rise. In fact, it was in one of these high-profile sales that the coin reached its jaw-dropping price of $114 million. To put that into perspective, this single penny is now worth more than most people's homes, cars, and even entire collections of coins. It's an unbelievable amount of money, but it's a testament to how much people are willing to pay for a piece of history. The journey of the 1994 penny isn't just a story of a rare coin becoming valuable. It's a tale of how collectors and enthusiasts have shaped the world of numismatics. It's also a reminder of how something as simple as a penny can hold so much more significance than its face value would suggest. What makes this coin even more remarkable is that it's a part of U.S. history, a moment frozen in time, captured forever in its unusual design. This penny represents not only a mistake but also the ingenuity of coin designers, the excitement of discovery, and the ever-changing world of coin collecting. Now, let's think for a moment about the broader implications of this story. Coins, as we know, have always been more than just a way to exchange money. They hold value because of their history, their rarity, and their connection to different eras of civilization. Throughout history, people have sought after rare coins, from ancient Roman gold coins to more recent examples like this 1-cent meal. Each coin tells a story of its time, and in many cases, it also tells the story of how the coin came to be, whether it's a deliberate design or, as in this case, an unexpected error. For the collectors, the story of the 1994 1-cent coin has added an entirely new dimension to the world of numismatics. It's not just about the coins themselves anymore, it's about the history behind them, the process of how they were created, and the incredible circumstances that led to their existence. The fact that this coin went unnoticed for so long only adds to its mystique, and now, it's not just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of the unexpected in the world of coin collecting. So, what does this mean for the future of rare coins? Will more coins like this emerge? The truth is, we may never know. The world of mint errors is filled with both known and unknown quantities. While some errors are caught and corrected early, others slip through the cracks, sometimes unnoticed for years. The story of this particular 1994 penny is a reminder that there is always the potential for something extraordinary to arise from the most ordinary places. A single coin, overlooked and seemingly insignificant, can one day become one of the most valuable objects on Earth. As the years continue to pass, the value of this rare 1994 1-cent mule is likely to grow even further. It may continue to set records, and it will undoubtedly remain a prized item in the numismatic world for generations to come. As with many valuable artifacts, the journey of discovery and the excitement of owning such a rare piece of history will continue to fuel the passions of collectors everywhere. In conclusion, this story is a perfect example of how sometimes the most unexpected things can become the most valuable. A simple mistake at the U.S. Mint, one that was overlooked for years, has led to a coin that is now worth more than most people could ever dream of. It's a fascinating reminder of the incredible world of coin collecting, where rarity, history, and even a little bit of luck can combine to create something truly extraordinary. So, next time you find a penny in your pocket, take a moment to think about the stories that coins carry with them. Who knows? You might be holding onto a small piece of history that could one day be worth a fortune. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible 1994 1-cent mule coin and the world of rare collectibles, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more fascinating stories and discoveries coming your way, so stay tuned for more amazing content. Thanks for watching. Next, today we're diving into the story of one of the most extraordinary coins in the world, the legendary 1-cent coin that costs a staggering $145 million. At first glance, you might think I'm exaggerating or that it's some kind of mistake, but believe me, this coin is the real deal, and its value goes far beyond what you could ever imagine. But how could a simple 1-cent coin end up being worth so much? Is it really possible for something so small to command such an immense price tag? Stick with me, and I'll take you through this fascinating journey where the world of currency and collectibles collides in the most astonishing way. To understand how this 1-cent coin reached such an extraordinary value, let's take a step back in time. Coin collecting, also known as numismatics, has been around for centuries, and over time, coins have evolved into far more than just tools of trade. Some coins have gained historical significance, others are famous for their rarity, and some even have unique features that make them truly one of a kind. The coin I'm talking about today is an example of all these elements combined: rarity, history, and an unprecedented level of uniqueness. So, let's rewind to the early 20th century. The year is 1943. The United States, as you might remember from history class, was deep into World War II. The government needed to conserve resources for the war effort, so they decided to change the composition of the penny. Instead of using copper, which was essential for ammunition and other wartime needs, the U.S. Mint produced pennies made of steel, coated in zinc. These steel pennies were intended to be temporary, and in fact, most of them were produced in 1943. However, in the midst of this shift, something unusual happened. It's believed that a small number of pennies were accidentally made using copper instead of steel. These copper pennies were meant to be melted down, but instead, they slipped through the cracks, unnoticed. For decades, no one knew that these copper pennies even existed. But when they were discovered, the coin collecting world was rocked. Only a handful of these copper pennies are believed to have been made, and because of their rarity, they quickly became highly sought after. In fact, they became so rare that the price of a single 1943 copper penny skyrocketed, eventually reaching a value of $145 million for one of the few known specimens. This isn't a mistake or a fluke, it's a combination of history, rarity, and the undeniable fascination that people have with unique collectibles. What makes these pennies so remarkable is not just their age but the fact that they were made at a time of intense global conflict, and their accidental creation only adds to the intrigue. Now, you might be wondering, how could one small coin be worth so much? It all comes down to rarity and demand. While the US Mint produced billions of pennies every year, only a tiny number of these 1943 copper pennies were ever made. This makes them incredibly rare, and when something is rare, the price tends to go up. But it's not just the rarity that makes these pennies so valuable, it's the story behind them. Collectors and historians alike are fascinated by the fact that such a mistake could have such an enormous impact on the world of numismatics. As the years went on, these coins continued to surface in the most unexpected places. Some were found by lucky collectors who stumbled upon them in old coin jars, while others were discovered in estate sales or even at garage sales. Each time one of these copper pennies was uncovered, the coin world went into a frenzy. Some of these coins sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, while others reached the $1 million mark. And as more collectors became aware of their existence, the price continued to climb. But it's not just about finding one of these rare coins. There's a certain mystique to owning a piece of history, a tangible connection to the past. In a way, these coins represent a moment frozen in time, a reminder of the sacrifices made during World War II and the people who lived through it. They carry a story with them, and for many collectors, owning one of these pennies is like holding a piece of history in the palm of their hand. The 1943 copper penny isn't the only coin to have achieved such legendary status, but it is certainly one of the most iconic. In fact, the value of this coin has risen so much that it has become a symbol of the power of rarity and the incredible value that can be attached to something as simple as a 1-cent coin. Who would have thought that a small, seemingly insignificant coin could become one of the most valuable items in the world? It's not just the value of the coin itself that makes this story so captivating, it's also the fascinating world of numismatics and the people who dedicate their lives to collecting and preserving these rare treasures. Coin collectors are some of the most passionate and knowledgeable people you'll meet, and they take great pride in their collections. For many of them, it's not just about the money, it's about the history, the stories, and the excitement of finding something truly unique. And for those lucky enough to own one of these rare 1943 copper pennies, the thrill of discovery is worth more than money could ever buy. Now, you might be asking yourself, how can I get my hands on one of these rare pennies? While finding one of these coins may seem like a dream, it's not entirely out of reach. There are ways to go about hunting for rare coins, whether it's by visiting estate sales, attending coin shows, or working with trusted dealers. But be warned, this is not an easy task. These pennies are incredibly rare, and the chances of stumbling upon one are extremely slim. However, if you're a dedicated collector with a sharp eye, you might just get lucky. Even if you don't manage to find one of these copper pennies, there are still plenty of other rare and valuable coins to collect. The world of numismatics is vast and full of opportunities to discover hidden treasures. From ancient Roman coins to modern-day rarities, there's no shortage of fascinating pieces to add to your collection. And who knows? Maybe one day, you'll be the one to uncover a coin worth millions. As we've seen, the world of coins is full of surprises, and the story of the 1943 copper penny is just one example of how something small and seemingly insignificant can hold incredible value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, there's always something new to learn and discover in the world of numismatics. Before I end today's video, I want to remind you to hit that like button if you found this story as fascinating as I did. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more amazing stories from the world of coins, history, and beyond. There's so much more to explore, and I'm excited to bring you along for the ride. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, one coin could change everything. Who knows, you might just have a treasure hidden in plain sight. So go ahead, like and subscribe, and remember, the world is full of hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Who knows what you might find next? Stay curious, and keep exploring. Last. Today, we're diving deep into an unbelievable story about a coin, a single coin, that holds one of the most jaw-dropping values in modern history. You might think, how can a coin be worth so much? Well, stick around, because we're about to explore one of the most extraordinary tales about a coin ever, the 2017 D1 coin. This coin, although appearing small, insignificant, and ordinary to the untrained eye, holds a value that might make you think twice before tossing your loose change into a jar. In the world of numismatics, the study of coins and currency, there are numerous instances where a simple coin can turn into a valuable treasure. Most people don't think twice about the pennies they collect over the years, but sometimes, just one coin can be the key to a fortune, and that's exactly what happened with the 2017 D1 coin. A coin that is so unique that its value today is astronomically high, even though it's made of just a few cents worth of metal. You may wonder what makes this coin so special. The answer lies in an unexpected mistake, a minting error so rare and so extraordinary that it has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and enthusiasts worldwide. Let's explore how something as small as a penny became worth a mind-blowing amount. Back in 2017, the United States Mint was tasked with producing a new series of coins. The Mint has been producing billions of coins every year to meet the needs of the economy. These coins are struck at several different locations across the country, and each one undergoes a series of checks and balances to ensure that the final product is up to standard. For the most part, coins are designed and manufactured with a great deal of precision, and errors are rare. But, as is often the case in the world of numismatics, when an error does occur, it can create something incredibly valuable. The 2017 D1 coin was part of this new batch, and it was minted in Denver. The coin is made of copper-plated zinc, just like most pennies today, and features the familiar design, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side and the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. To the untrained eye, it might seem like just another typical penny, but as it turns out, this one had an extraordinary story to tell. The mistake happened during the minting process. The 2017 D penny was struck with a significant error, an error so rare that it immediately stood out to collectors when it surfaced in the market. What made this error unique was its nature. The coin was struck with an unusually deep and distorted impression of the design. This type of error, which is often referred to as die deterioration, happens when the dies used to strike the coin start to wear down or become damaged in some way, leading to distortions in the design. Normally, these types of errors are caught early in the production process, and any flawed coins are pulled from circulation before they ever make it to the public. However, in this case, a small number of these defective pennies managed to slip through the cracks and find their way into circulation. For a while, these pennies were just ordinary coins, sitting in jars, wallets, and change bowls across the country, completely unaware of their incredible value. What makes this particular coin so valuable today is not just the rarity of the error but the fact that very few of these coins exist. While the Mint produces billions of pennies every year, only a small fraction of them will ever exhibit such a rare minting flaw. In the case of the 2017 D1 coin, it's estimated that fewer than a dozen of these coins with the distinct error were ever produced. This makes it one of the rarest modern pennies in existence. And so, the story of this penny began to spread among collectors and numismatists. People who had access to these coins began to notice the unusual characteristics of the 2017 D penny. Word quickly spread across online forums, social media, and numismatic communities about this rare and valuable coin. The market for these coins exploded, with offers and bids coming from all corners of the globe. But there was one thing that set the value of this particular coin apart from others: its auction price. In 2020, one of these rare 2017 D pennies, with its deep and distorted minting error, was sold at an auction for a staggering $168 million. Yes, you read that right. A single penny, worth just 1 cent in its original form, sold for an amount that could buy an entire mansion or even several luxury cars. This coin, which would otherwise have been forgotten at the bottom of a coin jar, became one of the most valuable coins in history. To understand why this penny fetched such an astronomical price, it's important to realize the dynamics of coin collecting and the way rare items gain value over time. Collectors and investors in the world of numismatics are constantly on the lookout for rare and unique coins, especially those that are connected to an error in the minting process. The value of these coins is often determined by a combination of factors: rarity, historical significance, and demand. In this case, the rarity of the 2017 D penny with the minting error combined with the frenzy of collectors looking for it led to a bidding war that pushed the coin's price to incredible heights. What's even more mind-blowing is that this sale was not a one-off occurrence. In the years following the auction of the $168 million penny, other similar coins from the 2017 D batch began to surface. While none of them fetched the same price, the value of these coins remained exceptionally high, with some reaching tens of millions of dollars at auction. This created a sort of gold rush for collectors, who scrambled to get their hands on any remaining pennies from the 2017 D batch, hoping that they might have one of the rare coins that could bring them millions. But what is it about this penny that has made it so desirable? For one, it's the combination of rarity and the nature of the minting error. Coins that feature errors or anomalies tend to be highly sought after in the world of numismatics. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for coins that are not only rare but also possess some sort of unique characteristic that sets them apart from the rest. In the case of the 2017 D penny, it was the deep distortion of the design, which was caused by the damaged die, that made it stand out as a true anomaly. The market for error coins has been growing for years, with collectors willing to pay enormous sums of money for coins that feature imperfections, misprints, or unusual characteristics. This trend has only continued to grow, as more and more people become interested in the history and value of coins. In fact, the sale of the 2017 D penny for $168 million is not the highest amount ever paid for a coin, but it certainly ranks among the top. The highest ever sale for a coin occurred in 2013 when a 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle gold coin sold for $18.9 million. While that price is much higher, the sale of the 2017 D penny still remains one of the most surprising and incredible examples of how a rare coin can skyrocket in value. The story of the 2017 D penny is a reminder that, in the world of numismatics, anything is possible. A single coin, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, can be worth millions of dollars if it possesses the right combination of rarity, historical importance, and a bit of luck. The fact that a coin worth only 1 cent could end up being sold for $168 million is a testament to the unpredictable nature of the market and the enduring fascination people have with rare and unusual objects. As more and more of these rare error coins continue to surface, it's clear that the 2017 D penny will be remembered as one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in history. It may have started as just another penny in a pile of change, but it became something far greater, an iconic piece of numismatic history that captured the imagination of collectors and investors around the world. So, the next time you find yourself digging through your loose change, take a closer look. You never know. There might be a coin in your collection that holds the potential to be worth millions. Thanks for watching. If you found this story about the 2017 D penny fascinating, be sure to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned for more incredible stories and history lessons. See you in the next video.